used some organic shapes. We used little round shapes to draw animals. Okay, I call those round shapes ovoids, and you guys drew bunny rabbits, fish, birds, and elephants using those shapes. This week, I'm going to teach you guys how to use geometric shapes to draw different objects. For example, cubes and rectangular boxes, cylinders, half circles, or we sometimes call them domes, cones, pyramids, and spheres. We can use a combination of these different objects together to make bigger objects. Okay, and so very simply, for example, I'll do a couple of simple ones first. I can combine a cylinder and two cones and draw something like this. Okay, that's one cylinder. And then I can add a cone. I can add another cone. Okay? And now these things I'm just adding on afterwards, but so I use those shapes to design the shape of this airplane. Afterwards, I just go back and trace over everything. Okay, I'm doing these pretty quick, so it may not look that great, but I would normally use a ruler and make sure that things line up. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to add some more details. I'm going to add a couple of more cylinders here, because these planes have engines. Okay. So after you're done with that, you can go back, erase all the guidelines, and of course you can add details. And you got yourself a plane. So that plane was made by using a cylinder, a couple of cones, and just adding the wings afterwards. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, let's see if you guys will know what this is. Okay, so that's a rectangular box. Rectangle. Okay. That is a half circle. That's another half circle. So what do you think I'm drawing? Yeah, you use it every day. It's a toilet. Okay. But down here, I'm just going to connect the two like this. And then I erase the guidelines. So the guidelines, don't draw them too dark, because you're going to end up erasing a lot of it. And then you can add details like the lid, and then there's probably a handle. But That's a very simple toilet. Right? Okay, let's try some other ones. In a lot of my drawings, I use rectangular boxes. Okay, so so that's one rectangular box. And then I'm going to put another rectangular box in front. Oh, and one shape I forgot to mention earlier was you can have shapes like this. What do we call this type of shape?
Hockey puck.
Well, it looks like a hockey puck, but we call them a disc. Okay. Now, it's important for this one because I'm going to draw several discs here. So, you know what, I can add some cylinders. I can sweep this up a bit. Okay. So, what do you think I'm trying to draw?
Truck.
Truck, yeah. So hopefully that looks like a truck, but not yet maybe, but I'm going to add and darken in the lines. Add some windows. Add the grill. Turn the disc into a tire. Here's a fuel tank. Here's the smokestack. Here's a smokestack. Probably should have another one back here too. Right? And make some more tires. And then I can just fill in the details, because back here you'll have other things happening here too, so add mirrors. Okay, maybe add a big bumper. That's a truck. Okay. What shapes haven't we used yet? We've done. Okay. We haven't used pyramids. Okay. Pyramids. Oh, here's another vehicle that we can use a pyramid for. This pyramid. Put a rectangle back here. Okay, and then have a, you know what, I can add a couple of cones. Like that. And maybe I'll add a dome. What do you think I'm drawing now? Train, yeah. So you'll notice that today I'm doing a lot of man-made objects, or vehicles, or things that you find around the house. A lot of the objects you and I use at home, or vehicles, they're actually made up of very simple shapes that we put together. So if you can draw these shapes, it's very easy to draw more complicated and complex shapes. You just have to be able to see and break down an object into its smaller components. That's a train. Okay, anyone have an object they want me to draw? I'll take requests. Well, that's what you... Huh?
Draw a jet.
A jet? Well, I've already drawn a plane.
No, like a jet. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no matter what you ask, no matter what you guys want to draw, I mean, try thinking about how you can use some of these shapes. Okay. I mean, you can also use some of these shapes for things that are not vehicles. I mean, I was just thinking, you know, what's that going to be?
Ice cream.
Ice cream cone, right? You know, so things don't always have to be, you know, solid vehicle type shapes, but you know, these geometric shapes are often very helpful when it comes to making things that are man-made. Okay, I'm looking at the camera that is being used to film me right now, and if I wanted to draw a camera, it'd be very simple because a camera is often rectangular with a cylinder, and then you have maybe some other shapes on top, right? And so you can draw a camera or a TV set or a chair or a water bottle. You know, all these shapes have some of these geometric shapes built into them. Okay. So anyway, I'd like you guys to spend a little bit of time right now experimenting and drawing some things. If you're stuck, perhaps draw some of the things I drew on a board. But if you think about other things, you can probably do cars, boats, spaceships, you know, do whatever you want, but try to incorporate as many cubes, cones, pyramids, spheres, and discs and cylinders into your drawing, as many as you can. Okay? Okay, thanks.